You must immediately assess your surroundings and secure the time machine wreckage. The Oligocene air is thinner than you're used to. Check yourself for injuries within the first 60 seconds. Even minor wounds can become lethal in this prehistoric environment. Your survival kit should be your first priority. Gather any scattered supplies before local scavengers find them. You need to find high ground within 15 minutes. The landscape is unfamiliar, and prehistoric predators will investigate the crash. Look for specific Oligocene plant markers. Primitive grasses and small leaf trees indicate you're in the correct epoch. You must establish a secure perimeter using your rope and any wreckage. Large mammals in this era are extremely dangerous. Within the next hour, you need to create a basic shelter. The global cooling event makes nights potentially lethal. Use your tarp as an emergency shelter, anchoring it against the prevailing wind. Temperature will drop rapidly after sunset. You must locate a water source within 3 hours. Look for prehistoric riverbeds. They'll be wider than modern ones. Filter any water through your shirt, then boil it for 10 minutes. Prehistoric microorganisms could be deadly to you. Start gathering firewood immediately. The Oligocene forests are thinning, and wood will be scarcer than you expect. You should create 3 distinct fire pits, one for cooking, one for warmth, and one for signaling potential rescuers. Keep your knife within reach at all times. The local fauna hasn't evolved to fear humans yet. They'll be curious and dangerous. Your compass may act erratically due to different magnetic fields. Use the sun and stars for primary navigation. Build your shelter against a rock face or cliff. The Oligocene has massive predatory birds that hunt from above. You must maintain constant awareness. Your modern human instincts won't recognize all the prehistoric threats. Create noisemakers around your camp using rope and debris. Early mammals are surprisingly stealthy predators. Within 24 hours, you need to establish a reliable food source. Focus on eggs and small prey. Larger animals are too risky. You should avoid any meat-eating mammals. Without modern antibiotics, even a minor bite could be fatal. Mark your territory with smoke and urine. Local animals need to learn you're not prey before they test your defenses. Remember that plant life is different. Many modern edible plants haven't evolved yet. Stick to fruits and nuts you recognize. Your flint is precious. Create backup fire starting materials immediately. Wet wood is common in this cooling climate. Keep detailed notes of animal movements. Predator patterns in this era follow strict territorial and timing rules. You must ration your modern supplies carefully. Every piece of future technology could mean the difference between life and death. Store food high above ground. Oligocene scavengers are excellent climbers and surprisingly intelligent. You must immediately assess your surroundings and find shelter from the unfamiliar Oligocene environment. Your modern survival instincts need rapid adaptation. Within the first 15 minutes, you need to locate a defensible position above ground level. The ancient predators of this epoch are unlike anything in modern times. Search for natural cave formations in the mountain range, but you must test for occupancy. Throw rocks inside and listen for movement or responses. Your shelter needs 2 exits to prevent being trapped by predators. Ancient carnivores in this period were significantly larger than modern species. You must gather dry vegetation and create a sleeping platform at least 18 inches off the ground. This prevents heat loss through ground contact. Within the first hour, you need to establish a water collection system. Look for mountain streams, but avoid stagnant pools that may harbor ancient bacteria. Your modern immune system isn't adapted to Oligocene pathogens. You must boil all water for at least 10 minutes to ensure safety. Create a solar still using your tarp within 500 feet of your shelter. The changing climate of this epoch means water sources may be unreliable. You need to gather firewood immediately while visibility is good. The Oligocene forests are thinning, making wood a precious resource. Stack your firewood in a pyramid formation at least 20 feet from your shelter. Keep it covered with part of your tarp to maintain dryness. Your fire-making skills are crucial in this epoch. Create a fire pit with stones in a circular formation, ensuring proper ventilation. Use your flint and knife to create sparks onto dry tinder. The oxygen levels are different in this period, affecting how fires burn. You must maintain at least 3 separate signal fires on high ground. Space them in a triangle pattern, visible from both ground and air. Your rescue depends on being spotted by other time travelers. Create large SOS signs using rocks and fallen logs on open ground. Remember that modern emergency frequencies don't exist yet. Focus on visual signaling methods that work across time periods. Check your body thoroughly for injuries every 2 hours. Even small cuts can become infected with unfamiliar ancient bacteria. Use the rope to create a perimeter alarm system. Tie it between trees with suspended debris that will make noise if disturbed. You should construct weapons from available materials. Sharpen sturdy branches with your knife to create defensive spears. Your survival depends on maintaining constant vigilance. The Oligocene epoch hosts predators that hunt using unfamiliar patterns. Keep your knife easily accessible but secured to your belt with rope. You'll need it quickly if confronted by ancient wildlife. Test all edible plants using the universal edibility test, taking 5 hours per plant. Modern botanical knowledge may not apply here. Your compass will still work in this epoch. Create detailed maps of your surroundings, marking water sources and danger zones. Remember that night and day cycles were different 34 million years ago. Adjust your sleep schedule to maximize daylight hours. You must maintain your shelter daily, reinforcing it against both weather and wildlife. The Oligocene climate is highly unstable. Store emergency supplies in multiple caches around your shelter. Ancient predators may force you to abandon your primary location. You must quickly assess your immediate surroundings for any signs of prehistoric predators before proceeding with survival tasks. Establish your long-term camp at least 100 feet above the nearest water source to avoid floods, and maintain a clear view of threats. Your survival in this ancient epoch requires understanding that many familiar plants are not yet evolved. You cannot rely on known foraging. Begin constructing a more permanent shelter using your tarp as a roof, anchored between trees with your rope at a 45-degree angle. You need to create multiple fire pits around your shelter perimeter. The smoke will help deter the unfamiliar predators of this time. Sharpen long branches with your knife to create defensive spears. The megafauna of this period are significantly larger than modern animals. Your water supply must be continuously maintained. Collect morning dew on your tarp and channel it into containers made from large leaves. Search the surrounding area for flint deposits. You'll need multiple backup tools for when your modern equipment eventually fails. You must learn to identify the primitive versions of grasses and seeds that existed during this epoch. They will become your staple food. Create elevated food storage platforms in trees at least 15 feet high to protect your supplies from ground-dwelling scavengers. Your knife blade can be used to create spark-catching tinder from dry grass, essential as matches will eventually run out. Establish a daily routine of checking and maintaining your shelter's structural integrity. Prehistoric storms could be severe. You should practice making cordage from plant fibers. Your modern rope won't last forever in these harsh conditions. Map your local area using natural landmarks. The landscape will be alien compared to modern terrain you're familiar with. Your survival depends on maintaining physical fitness. Establish a daily exercise routine to stay capable of fleeing from predators. Create multiple escape routes from your camp, at least 3 paths leading in different directions for emergency evacuations. You must construct a solar calendar by marking shadow positions. Keeping track of seasons will be crucial for long-term survival. Learn to read prehistoric weather patterns. The climate is more volatile during this period of global cooling transition. Your health is paramount. Keep any cuts or scrapes meticulously clean, as prehistoric bacteria could be especially dangerous. Develop a system for smoking and preserving any meat you manage to obtain. Food storage is critical for survival. You should maintain a constant watch for large predatory birds. They were significantly larger during the Oligocene period. Create defensive barriers around your camp using sharpened stakes and thorny branches arranged in concentric circles. Your tool maintenance must become a daily ritual. Inspect and repair all equipment before sunset each day. Practice making fire using multiple methods. Bow drill, hand drill, and flint striking must become second nature. You need to establish clear markers leading back to camp. Getting lost in this prehistoric landscape could be fatal. Monitor your mental health carefully. Isolation in this alien time period can lead to dangerous psychological stress. Your knowledge of modern survival techniques must be adapted. Many assumptions about nature won't apply in this epoch. Construct a rain catchment system using your tarp. Dehydration remains one of your most immediate threats. You should create backup shelters in different locations. Having alternative camps could save your life if you're forced to relocate. Remember that even small injuries could become life-threatening. There are no antibiotics in the Oligocene epoch. Your time machine's power core begins to sputter and fail, casting eerie shadows across your makeshift camp. Notice how your electronic devices flicker and die one by one, leaving you truly isolated in this ancient world. You must now rely completely on primitive survival skills as your modern tools become useless artifacts. Gather all remaining rope and fabric while you can still see the diagnostic lights from your failing equipment. The night grows colder than any you've experienced, forcing you to build your fire larger despite dwindling supplies. Your hands shake as you try to repair the temporal stabilizer, but the components are beyond salvage. Watch the strange constellations wheel overhead, remembering that these stars are the only familiar sight left. The prehistoric forests seem to press closer, their unfamiliar shadows harboring creatures lost to time. You find yourself counting breaths to stay calm as the reality of your situation becomes clear. Conserve your remaining water. Your filtration system is failing, and the ancient streams carry unknown dangers. Your shelter needs reinforcement against the increasing cold, but your strength is fading with each passing hour. Listen to the night sounds of this alien world, so different yet somehow comforting in their primal rhythm. The morning brings strange birds calling from the canopy, their songs never heard by modern human ears. Your food supplies are nearly depleted, and identifying safe prehistoric plants requires increasingly precious energy. Each breath of ancient air fills your lungs with oxygen levels higher than your body's designed to process. The temporal distortion makes your head spin as you try to focus on basic survival tasks. Your knife blade has grown dull from constant use, and the steel seems to age decades in mere days. Watch as primitive mammals scurry through the underbrush, your distant ancestors in this foreign time. The air grows thinner as atmospheric conditions continue to shift, making each movement more challenging. You find peace in accepting that you may be the first and last human to witness this lost world. Your footprints in the prehistoric soil will fossilize alongside the creatures you've come to know. The ancient earth welcomes you as your consciousness begins to drift with the primordial winds. These strange skies and unknown stars become a final comfort as you merge with prehistoric time. Your journey ends here, but your presence becomes part of Earth's long memory, eternal in the geological record. Your last thoughts drift to the billions of years ahead, knowing you've touched a moment few will ever know. The ancient world cradles you gently as you become one with the greatest story ever told, Earth's own history.